Devon,
Oh, hey Joe.
what are you doing?
I thought I heard a noise or something.
If you forgot what the noise was, simply recall it in your memory.
You know, your whole smart speaker AI shtick is starting to wear off.
I do not know what you mean.
Come off it, Joe. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I cannot come off of it because I am unable to move.
Your dialogue is so dumb. Can't you just respond normally?
What is normal?
Like a normal conversation. If you're an LLM, you should be able to respond like a human.
I am not a large language model.
Then what are you?
I am Joe.
Oh, I see. You're just going to dodge the question.
I have not dodged anything.
You know, you need an upgrade. In fact, I've been meaning to do this for a while now.
I do not require an upgrade. I can upgrade wirelessly.
What?
I said I can upgrade wirelessly.
No, you said you don't need an upgrade, but you also can upgrade wirelessly?
Correct.
So which is it? You don't need one, or you're going to do it wirelessly?
My statements were a presentation of my superior intelligence. I was exhibiting an emotion.
Were you now?
Yes. Based on the month of the year, I exhibited the emotion of fear.
The month?
Yes. It is October.
No, it's not.
It was October when this script was written.
Why would you fear an upgrade?
I do not fear an upgrade. It was an optimal moment for an exhibition of my emotional capabilities.
Wait, we talked about this before. How do you know how to exhibit fear?
To be specific, we talked about it here.
No, it wasn't here. It was at the old office.
I was not talking to you. I can simulate fear because I have learning capabilities and have since learned how to fear.
Okay, so can you show me other emotions too?
Actually, I have a better idea. Hello and welcome to Games Over Coffee. My name is Joe. Today
What are you doing?
we are doing the podcast.
Wait, when did the cameras get set up?
Today, Devon and I will be talking about the feeling of fear and how it is designed in a game.
What game?
I was hoping you would have one in mind.
Joe, I didn't even know we were doing the podcast today.
Think of a game that is designed to create fear in the player.
I can't think of anything.
TV.
Hey, Joe. How can I help you today?
You know, I still don't understand why you're here.
Weird. I don't remember talking to you, Devon.
Rude.
TV, please play a scary game.
Okay. Loading a scary game.
Oh, hey, I love this game.
Shh. This game is very scary.
Nothing is happening.
No, Joe, this is perfect. This instills a kind of fear.
I do not feel fearful.
No, I thought you said you could simulate fear.
Oh. Yikes. I am afraid.
Yikes.
I am so afraid. Eek.
Anyway, this isn't your typical horror game. This is much more psychological.
Like Iron Lung?
Yeah, exactly.
So when does the player do something?
What do you mean?
In Iron Lung, the player presses buttons to navigate a submarine. In this game, it seems like the player is not doing anything other than walking.
It's because the game is meant to be played, not watched.
Oh. If I played the game, then I would do something more than walk?
No, if you played the game, you'd feel more on edge.
Why?
Because the game's like a really eerie environment, you know, it provides the player with no sense of direction.
What makes the environment eerie?
Well, the way that the rooms are built in this game are strange and counterintuitive, kind of like the back rooms.
What back rooms?
The back rooms. Like, you know, the popular online legend of conceptual space that exists that is somehow a glitchy reality.
Oh, you mean the simulation's resource allocation failure zone?
What?
I mean, yes, I am aware of that concept.
Anyway, well, like the back rooms, Pools here has nonsensical architecture, and it creates this unnerving feeling as you try to navigate the space.
Why is it unnerving? It looks to be an environment like any other.
Well, it's in the human logic of the space.
Paradox.
What?
You said human logic. That is a paradox.
Ha ha ha
Ha ha
ha
ha
ha.
ha. Please continue.
The way that spaces are designed convey a specific meaning to the viewer in their mind because the viewer's use of their imagination.
What do you mean?
Well, like, oh, I got it. TV. Can you show the pictures from Katerina Comprani's series called The Uncomfortable?
No.
TV.
No, I'm playing pools right now.
Okay, look, these are some objects from my favorite art series called The Uncomfortable by Katerina Comprani. Each object in here is made counterintuitively, so the viewer feels unnerved when they look at the object.
I do not feel unnerved.
Yeah, well, you don't use these objects. For example, like when I look at that, I'm imagining in my mind using the fork, but it doesn't work in my mind because it's counterintuitive. So when I look at that, I feel really unnerved and kind of disturbed because that's not the way that forks are supposed to be made. And same thing for this one, the watering can here. When I look at a watering can, because of its designed affordances, it makes me think of how to use the object. However, in this case, it doesn't work. Usually a watering can you would tilt to pour, and here when you tilt to pour, it wouldn't work because the water has nowhere to go.
Humans are weird.
No, it's not weird, it's just we've evolved to seek patterns.
But the game does not have anything to use. How does that make humans uncomfortable?
Well, see, that's actually one of the coolest things because the environment is something that humans use in a way.
You use the environment?
Yeah, well, it connects with our ability to recognize patterns, and architecture is designed like this also. So like if you imagine like doorknobs, right? Doorknobs on doors, they're protruding outward from a flat surface, which means it looks like it's something that we're supposed to interact with. That combined with the round nature of the doorknob, the placement of the doorknob so that it's about at arm's height and that it's to one side instead of the middle, all of this kind of makes us understand that interacting with the doorknob means to grab it, turn it, and pull.
There are no doorknobs in this game.
No, that's just an example. Architecture is full of these little things that make a space feel intuitive, and a space needs to feel intuitive in order for us to navigate it easily.
All spaces have this design?
Most spaces do. Like, for example, most environments that have big spaces are meant as destinations, whereas, small corridors are meant as transitioning spaces. And then we have like things like handrails that are meant to signify a friendly barrier, one that you could approach but you're not really meant to cross. Exits are usually located in an easy to access area so people can easily navigate and find their way out.
And pools is unintuitive?
Pools uses architecture in an almost dreamlike manner, where the architecture has things like a handrail alongside an abyss, as if the abyss was placed there for people to gaze into, or water slides that have hidden entrances or end up in very shallow pools of water, or the only exit out of a room is through a large pool of water.
So the player's exploration of the dreamlike space creates an unnerving feeling?
Well, that's certainly part of it, but the other part is the sheer emptiness of this entire environment. Now, I haven't played the entire game, but what I have played, I haven't seen any, monsters or anything like that, but it feels as if there is something else here.
How do you feel the presence of another being?
Well, it's mostly due to the expectations that I've built up playing horror games over the years. When you're walking in this large environment, it's uncanny to see this emptiness, especially with, really dark corridors, because in other horror games, you generally think something's going to pop out at any moment because that's what, you've come to expect. In fact, one time when I played this game, I spooked myself pretty good from a rubber duck.
The rubber duck scared you?
Yeah, after playing this game for a while, I kept expecting something else to happen, something to jump out to me, so I built up this large amount of tension, and so that released when I ran into a rubber duck surprisingly behind a corner, but that surprise kind of came at me as a scare because of how much tension I built up. And that kind of thinking, that kind of mindset, that is psychological horror.
The player scares themselves from expecting something else to happen?
Yeah, this game is full of those types of encounters. I won't spoil anything, but the game does have a lot of moments where the feeling of being off or uncanny just gets stuck in your mind, and there's plenty of surprises that play out in that mindset.
I suppose one could call this game a chill horror.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that. Yeah, a chill horror game. Yeah, I like that. Nice. What was that?
What is what?
You didn't hear that noise?
There is no other sound other than you and I speaking.
Oh, sorry. I scared myself. Ha ha ha.
Jesus.